In this video, I want to walk you through how to navigate the course and how to use your time wisely as you prepare for your A&P2 lab. So here you're on the home page, and so you've already clicked the button at this link. Make sure you go through the rest of these buttons, and then from that point on, you'll be mostly utilizing the modules link. Before we get into that, I want to go into this most important syllabus link. When you click on that, it will take you to two documents that are very important for you to, you might even want to, especially the course schedule, to print that out. But in the course syllabus, that gives you all of the policies and the procedures. It tells you about the grading policy. You can see that here over on the right. You'll see that you'll have weekly assignments, if you look at the far right, that are 25% of your grade, and then your tests will be 75%. And in this lab, you'll see that we have two tests, and both of those are proctored. But all of that is explained in the course syllabus. Also, the attendance policy is explained there. In our online classes, we take attendance once a week. And in the summer 8-week classes, if you miss more than 1 week, you're considered excessively absent. So on your second week of no activity, then you'll be dropped from the course with an F if you're a Hines student. So that's terrible. You don't want that to happen. But that is explained in the course syllabus. I will count you absent if in any 1 week you don't submit any of the assignments that are due. So if you've missed everything that's due during a week, you'll be counted absent. And after that first absence, you'll be receiving in your Hines email or your school email, if you're not from Hines, you'll be receiving a notice of absence from me that tells you, look, you're getting close, you need to pay attention. All of that is described in the course syllabus, plus all the other policies and procedures. Make sure you read that. I do want to let you look at this course schedule, though. I'm going to open it up. Do not rely on what you see down here that's in Canvas, the course summary. This simply tells you when everything is due. The course schedule, which I'm opening, let's give it just a minute. I would suggest that you open this yourself and once this video is over, and then you print it out. On this one-page document, you can see which exercises from the lab manual we'll be covering each week. You can see when the weekly lab assignments are due. Over here on the right, you see these due dates. If you ever are wondering what to study each week, it tells you right here. Okay, so this is one place where you can look at all of the due dates. Here you can see the lab test. This first lab test is open partially in week 3 and it closes in week 4. So you can see the dates and you can see which exercises are there. All right, so this document is extremely important, and I urge you to go on and print that out today so you can stay on track. Okay, let me close that and get back to our Canvas screen. This course summary that you see in the syllabus link, it just simply tells you when things are due. Please don't rely on this and just at the last minute complete assignments. It's important that you are preparing for these various quizzes and discussions. You need to prepare for those during the week. So the way to do that, my friends, is if you click this modules link. This is the meat of your course. This has everything you need. Initially, you'll want to read this introduction section that's set up by our e-learning department. And this also explains to you how to get the ebook. You don't have to purchase a book separately. It's built into this course. You access it through Bookshelf, but the explanation is set up right here. All right, then once you've completed all of this, you'll take an orientation survey. That will be one of your first week assignments. And the answers for this survey can be obtained through this information that you read right through here. I know I'm highlighting this and highlighting it, but this is what you need to do just the first day in class is get this introduction out of the way. Then from that point on, every week I have a detailed agenda that you need to follow. You'll know what week we're on if you simply print out that course schedule that I just referred to, it will give you the dates so you'll know which week. So each week you're going to open up the weekly agenda, and that agenda will tell you exactly what to do from your lab manual. For example, if I open up this first one, here we go. All right, so this tells you go to modules and work through all of the items in the introduction module. I just told you that. And then it says, after you've done that, do the orientation survey. And then it says, number 2 here, click on modules and work through exercises 30, 31, and 32. So this will explain to you a little bit about what you'll be encountering when you go to those exercises. And then once you've done all of that, then go to number 3, make sure you click on another section in modules called weekly lab assignments. You'll see that. So I know this is very wordy right now. They all won't be this long, and you'll get used to the course of it. But anyway, you need to read this at the beginning of every week, maybe even the Saturday before the week begins. I'll have everything open by then. All right, so let me go back to modules. When you ever get lost within the Canvas, just go to modules and you'll get back to the meat of your course, as I like to call it. All right, so your weekly lab agenda will give you instructions for the week. Those instructions will direct you to your lab manual, your ebook, and also to these links. For example, this week we'll be covering exercises 30, 31, and 32 in your lab manual. So let's say if I open up this link for exercise 30. Now this is not your lab manual. These are just the directions you need to use as you use your ebook, your lab manual. And so it says here, if you look right here, it says on the instructions, so read through exercise 30, and then there's something you need to do within that lab manual. So you'll follow the directions there, and then it says look at the exercise 30 slides below. All right, that's right here. Okay, in a lot of these exercises, you'll be looking at micrographs. What a micrograph is a picture taken through the microscope. And almost always when I have micrographs, and here I've got a lot of them, there's really just 2 slides, but I have them on different magnifications here. But a lot of times I'll have a video. Watch the video first, and you're going to hear my voice on that video. You'll see the cursor moving to different parts on a slide. And so that's like you looking through a microscope with me. So that'll help you understand what you're looking at. And then you can look at these other links. Anything else that's to be done in that exercise will be described right here. On each of these exercise links, I have a little highlighted statement, and that will tell you what you need to know from that particular exercise for one of the big lab tests, like the first or the second lab test. If it's anything that's described for you to do in these instructions, could possibly be on a weekly quiz. Each week you're going to have a weekly quiz. Many weeks we'll have some discussions that are optional for bonus points, but all of the quiz questions can come from the information in these exercises for the week. So let's say you've done exercise 30, and then you can just go down here and go next, or go back to modules and click on the next exercise, which I've just done here. Going to exercise 31, and so this tells you about the things to do in exercise 31 of your lab manual. Okay, I'm going to go back to modules. All right, so you've read the week 1 agenda, and that tells you to work through the links for 30, 31, and 32. And then in that agenda, it will direct you to the next module section called weekly assignments. This is going to be where the links are for the things that are due to me. I know in Canvas they've got those posted in those other things, like in that syllabus section under the summary. You may have them posted in a to-do list. But to me, it's more important that you go to the weekly assignment link, because you can be assured, you'll be guaranteed that you got everything there that you need to submit that week. And so here's another link for that orientation survey, and then here's the link for your quiz. So make sure you read the directions on all of those. The weekly lab quiz contains questions from the exercises of that week. Okay, and so once you've done those things, then you've submitted what you need to for the week. So if we go back to modules, again, I know I'm dwelling on this, but it is so important to me that you read this weekly lab agenda. Don't just scroll down and do the assignments, because then you're going to have to go back and look up answers. You need to prepare for this as if you were actually going to a class on campus. Now, this last module, this is the link. This is what you will look at when you go to take your proctored test. And both of your tests are proctored. You have to take them at a proctored site. The place that you schedule that through is in the Smarter Proctoring link. Don't rely on just being a walk-in. You may not be able to get a seat. You could go on today and schedule your proctored test times here. All right, I think I've pretty much covered everything. The most important thing I can say is do what it says in the weekly lab agenda. Read that early each week. Do everything it says. Don't wait to the last minute to just submit some quizzes. Yes, you may get a grade on that, but you won't have been prepared then for those upcoming lab tests. All right, make sure that you get in touch with me if you need some help. That's why I'm here. My contact information is in the syllabus link, so I'll go back to that. You can see in the summer I'm at home. I'm not on campus. So really, you can contact me most anytime. Here's my home phone number. And just leave a message if I don't answer, and I will get back to you. I do go to bed early at night, so please don't call after 9 p.m. So I've got that right here. But you certainly can call me on weekends or in the evenings. I get up early, so you can call early in the morning. All right, well, I wish you the best with this, and